Okay, let's try this again. The first time I did it, I forgot a vowel. So I was like, whoops, let's fix this. Okay, so, well, I'll try and do some other, like, basic words that show up a lot, since they're kind of tricky even if you know Hangeul. I thought I would just go with the basics of, like, the Korean alphabet first, which can help a lot in sounding things out. Because while they're not completely reliable, Korean is still a little more reliable on being able to sound things out than English is, so yeah, anyway. So let's start with all of the vowels. The first 5 are pretty much the same that you'll see in like Japanese or Spanish or like parts of English, so they're not too hard to figure out. They're A, I, U, E, and O. But then you get the 3 really uniquely Korean vowels, which can be harder for people. The one that's romanized as E-O is So, like, if you were writing it out in English, it would be like U-H, but So, in, like, the name of the country is Go-Ria. It's complicated. Or, like, it gets used various places. Anyway, and then the next one is also complicated in that it can be pronounced 3 different ways and still be correct. The most technically correct one is, the way to say A-E is ah. Like, it's the, like, back in your throat, ah. But a lot of people say it eh or a. The most correct ones I've heard are either ah or a, depending on where it is in a name. Kind of like you'll get like big soul. Oh yes, that E-O, the soul, big soul. But in a name like in one of the city names, Dong-nae, it's far more likely to be Dong-nae instead of like Dong-nae. As I said, it's complicated. And then the last one, along with is one of the Korean vowel sounds that a lot of people just cannot make at all. It's a little strange, but it's basically like It's a really weird sounding thing, but There are a lot of Korean vowels that just sound like you're unpleased with something. It's like But yeah, but like the EU, that sort of is weird. And then there are all of the like complicated vowels and like diphthongs and whatever. These 2 areas. So these are basically the same as the other vowels, except ya, you, ye, yo, yay. Yeah, I knew I keep forgetting them. Yeah, I'm just going to like type this one in because I'm too damn lazy to like fix it, go back and record the video again because I'm cool like that. Oh my god, why are you being so difficult? Okay. No, there you go. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. And I keep forgetting to fix my keyboard because I'm together with it. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Which, of course, actually shows up a lot in character names because of, Yeoryong and so on and so forth. Oh, yeah. And then these are the, like, strict diphthongs, which is made up of one of 2 different letters together, like laterally, that is how they're made. And so, and I forgot one with these 2. Wow, I am a master of this right now. Let's put that sucker in. Let's see. There we go. Way. Okay. There. Wa. way, which is in fact the Korean word for why. So instead of going why, you're going way. It works out well. And then this one is odd. It's we, basically. It gets spelled O-E, but it's sort of like we. Like, you know the classic C-H-O-I, Choi, like last name? It's actually Chue, is how you're supposed to say it. It became Choi because O-E is like, or O-I is like literally how it's put together in Hangeul. And then we have wo, we, and this one is a little weird. It's sort of like ui, like on its own, but if it's in front of certain consonants, it just becomes e. And then we have the consonants, which might seem simple, but that's a lie. So, ba, and then da, and ga, it's a little complicated. So basically, technically, for the most part, if it's at the beginning of a word, because that's the whole thing, is like these are all the consonants you get in Hangeul, it just they sound different depending on where they're used in words. So when you're romanizing them, it gets a little complicated. So, sorry. So in some of all of this, I use the revised romanization strictly, which is the one that is currently used by the Korean government, which simplifies a lot of it. So in some of like you might have known the fact that the city, it used to be called Pusan, P-U-S-A-N, but now it's written Busan, B-U-S-A-N, because the spelling in Hangeul never changed. It's just how it got romanized changed. And so, like, yeah, it's complicated. Also, like, constantly changing. But anyway, so at the beginning... Oh, wait. I didn't do something like that. I'm just going to constantly change this while I'm talking, because I can't pay attention to what I'm doing. So like at a beginning of a word, it might sound a little bit more like a P, but in the middle of the word, it'll definitely sound like a B. Basically, something like that. Though, for the most part, if you just stick with the letter that shows up at the beginning, like, nobody will really mind unless they're a major pain in the ass. So anyway, so we have ba, and then the, like, doubled or stressed form is basically the same thing, except, like, extra. So it would be, like, it's hard to figure out. Okay, it's easier, so, like this one is easier to figure out. So, at the beginning of the word, it might be a T or a D sound, but this kind, the double one, it's sort of like T. It's a stronger, like, sound, so you get, like, toppokki, which actually has that one in it, and toppokki would be... let me be messy all over here. Like, T-O... Oh, wait, no. This word. So it's toppokki. Toppokki. Like, it's just, they're stronger versions of that consonant. But then, it gets complicated sometimes. Because, like, there's a word that shows up a fair amount in the book, oppa, which is the Korean word for big brother when it's a woman speaking. So it's op-pa. It's that doubled one, but you're sort of saying it like it's carrying over. The same for like appa, which is father, except that it's like daddy. But anyway, it's complicated. And then we have the aspirated ones, which is just, it's a like, well, it's aspirated, it's stronger, so it's pa. So it's sort of like ba, pa, pa. I'm bad at this. I'm sorry. And then we have ja, which is always a J. It is not a Y. And then again with the, it's sort of ja. It's sort of a, it's just a stronger one. There's, I think Jinja might be stronger than that. A strong one like that. I'm not sure. And then we have cha. And then the same with the da, ta, ta. And then, of course, ga, or sometimes ka. You'll hear me when I was saying the names on, like, kyung. They're spelled with a G, but since it's at the beginning of a name, it's a stronger, it's that K sound. And then the doubled, and then the stressed ka. Ka. And then the S one is complicated, so if it's any other vowel other than the E vowel, it's just a normal like S, like saw, snake, whatever. But if it's the E, it becomes she. It becomes an SH sound. But only if it's followed by an I or one of the ya vowels. So while it's written, one of the language things, it's written hapsyoche, it'd actually be pronounced hapshoche, but you don't really need to worry about it that much. And then again with the, instead of it's saw or saw. And then we have the nice, boring, they're always, almost always the same consonants. I like them, they're simple on me. Ma, na. This one's this signal is complicated. So you saw on all of the vowels, so a vowel can't appear in Hangeul. A vowel can't appear without a consonant, which means you get the empty consonant. So it's the empty consonant and then the vowel sound, and that's fine. Except for when you get at the end of each syllable block. So it'd be like, so empty syllable ya, and then, but if you have another one, it becomes an ng sound, the like ng sound. So that right there would be, oh, I keep forgetting it's on Hangeul. So that one right there would be young. That is young because it's just the vowel sound and then the ending ng sound. So that's how you get those. And then this is another tricky one because, or it's tricky in Hangeul. It's not tricky when you're writing it down. Basically, whenever it's at the beginning of a word or it's a beginning of a syllable block, it makes a ra, like an R sound. But if it's at the end of a syllable block, it becomes an L, or it makes an L sound. So when it's written down in the like Roman alphabet, if there's an L, it says an L. If it's an R, it says an R. It's easy. And then you have ha. It's an H. It makes an H sound. It's nice and easy like that. And there's more about, so Hangeul, it's an alphabet, but it's an alphabet that makes syllables, which means you have to keep in mind how each characters go together. So like gumiho. Gumiho is a 3-syllable word. And it's written, so it's gu, mi, and then ho. It's 3 syllables. So, gumiho. Ta-da. So then, oh, my nose itches. So that's fun and easy to figure out. And so, like, as I mentioned, names, most names are either 2 or 3 syllables long. Oh god, I had to swallow. So, like, Kim Yojin, you have, oh my god. So you have the Kim, not Kin, Kim. So that's basically the G, the I, and the M in what it's romanized as 1 syllable. So you have the beginning sound, the beginning consonant, the vowel, and the ending consonant. All syllables have at least 1 vowel sound in them, and either 1 or 2 consonant sounds. Or sometimes none if it's just the vowel. As I said, it's complicated. So you have the Kim, and then you have yo. You have the yo, and then you have Jin. Again, with the basically each Hangeul letter goes together into a syllable block, and when I'm romanizing it, I'm basically just spelling out each letter in Hangeul into an English letter. So, which is how you get Kim, Yo, Jin. Ta-da! So, yes. But, then, those are like easy parts. Then you get to some slightly more difficult parts. Or at least, they're more difficult to say sometimes. Like the country. So, Goryeo in Goryeo. I can't even say it correctly half the time because I got bad habits. So that's how it's spelled in English. In Hangeul, it's the G and then the O sound. And then it's the R sound and then the Y sound. So together it's go, ria. And you kind of slur together the consonant and the Y type vowel sound. So go, ria. Same with the character name. You have, I'm still on Hangeul, so you have ya, and then, not you, go back, Ryang. So it's yo Ryang. So we have ya, which is easy, and then you have Ryang. You say it all together. It's still 1 syllable, but it's a complicated syllable. Ryang. It's don't feel bad. Like, I've been trying to do this for 3 years now, and I'm just like, how do you say it again? Can you say that more clearly, please? Oh, but yeah. Okay, so this is 20 minutes of rambling, so I'm going to stop now. I'm sorry.